Good morning. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Oh man, I had a good comment, and like I say, I'm having a hard time replying to comments, so I'm probably gonna have to do more replying on videos. But anyway, they mentioned about avoiding trouble. We've been taught you avoid problems. You avoid situations, troubling situations. And he says when he does this, sometimes he feels like a coward. He feels, like, he doesn't have what it takes. And and he was asking me if it was right when you avoid problems. And I'll tell you what it is. I think it's funny because when I was reading it, it was right. My thoughts on it would come out about the same thing. When I was younger, this type of stuff, any situation, I don't care what, and I always have problems with government officials pushing regulations on me. I have problems with people thinking that they're going to use force to either take money from me or make me do things that I don't think is right. And I'll tell you that and so I've had that problem for a long time. You got to remember, I was in Vietnam. I joined the Marines. And then yes, it was a lot tougher than I was expecting. But I say I was 18 years old. What are you going to know? What do you know at 18? And the problem was I had morals, and so it made it tough to go against my morals. It was kind of like my kids when they went to college. It was hard on their morals because they had to learn things that they knew was wrong, but they had to learn these things to get their diploma. And what was important to them was their diploma. So they went on and started learning to do as they're told, and don't argue, don't make things harder on you. This is what they learned. And in my world, people were trying to kill me at 18. And so my views was a little different. And like I say, I use morals to make things happen. And so, but I was young. I didn't prepare. When you're young, you don't know what to prepare for and how. And so then it was a lot of problems I had to deal with. And now, and I think all that is what turned me into what I am now. A GOM. Grumpy old man. I don't put up with shit. I'd like to say I'm short-tempered, but I'm not short-tempered at all. I have to think things out before I act as if I'm short-tempered. In other words, I have to figure out how I'm going to respond to whatever it is that my problem is that I'm facing at that moment. To give you some examples, okay, like I say, I'm in the counter-terror business, and I have to figure out, and now I'm in the States, but when I'm in Central America, I don't understand what they're saying, so I got to read body language to figure out if somebody is trying to victimize me. Are they trying to victimize me, or are they just give me a hard time? Some people just try to give you a hard time, and so I have to figure out what it is. And I've had enough stuff happen to me, both I say bandits trying to rob me, criminals. I say I shot the guy in Topeka, and I say I've had to pay bribes when you're crossing the border and stuff like this. So I've learned a lot in body language, and I've made mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, and that's why I make the videos. I try to share with you, and I try to explain the situation so you understand why one person, I smile and I offer to help them. So I do my Hoi Chi, my body work, to try to take away their pain and stuff like that. And then another person, I grab a hold of my tomahawk. Like I say, when I had them surround my car with machetes, I come out with my tomahawk. Okay, so there's different ways to handle different situations. And I say the number, how many people, doesn't affect me. It just affects the tactics that I use. But really what it is, in other words, when he was talking about he feels like a coward sometimes, he's absolutely right. He is a coward. And the reason, and it's not he's a coward by choice. He's been brainwashed thinking that he is supposed to go along with this crap. And this person has got morals. He knows what's right and wrong, and he knows it was wrong, and he went along with it. And so that's the first thing, is his morals told him this is wrong and I'm going along with him. But the second thing is he wasn't prepared not to go along. And to prepare to not going along it could be having the right words to say. I can't go along with this because I believe it's immoral. Sometimes you would go to that much of an extreme. I would call that extreme, because when I get to the point where it's immoral, most of the time that kind of stuff normally happens where I can't even talk, so I can't tell them it's immoral, so I have to show them. When something is immoral, that gives me the responsibility to do whatever I have to do. And a lot of people will think, well, you're getting ready to use force, you're going to hurt these people, that's immoral. I have a moral responsibility when there is an immoral act that I need to step up. Now, in my particular case, like I say, I have prepared. Like I say, I carry weapons. I use my hands. I know how to fight with my hands. I've learned body language. So down south, my body language says, don't mess with me because it's going to be a bad thing. Or my body language says, time for you to stop. You've passed the point of being annoying. You need to move on. And I've got a plan if they choose otherwise. And like I say, it's basically the same thing in the way of talking. because like I say, if they try to get me with like I say, here in the United States you have laws, you have regulations, you have all this kind of stuff. And now see, now I'm out of business now. Well, I'm still in business, I guess, but I say my main thing is talking about avoiding. Okay, I avoid the people that want to push their authority on me. We talked about police not having tail lights, and you know that's enough to get involved with the police. You know, just any little thing they want to get themselves in your life. They're starting to figure that out now, the police. They're starting to figure out that they need to pick and choose the laws that they want to enforce, and don't try to push it on certain people. Now the problem is that certain people are Muslims and blacks, you know, Black Lives Matters kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That type of attitude tries to make them above the law, that they don't have to be accountable. And that's the one thing, everything that I talk about revolves around. That is taking personal responsibility. And when I say taking personal responsibility, that is where the preparing, you prepare, and then once you prepare, you can have a plan. And once you have a plan and you are prepared, then you don't have to feel like a coward when you do what you have to do. Now, this is where the learning comes in.